We have an irregularity. The researcher we planted has been discovered by the Illuminados.
You must be talking about that vagrant Spaniard. So where is he now?
He's held captive in an abandoned house located northeast of the village. Until he recovers the sample, we can't let him die.
You don't need to remind me. Luis Serra. And I thought I was high maintenance.
And we have our objective for Chapter 2 of Separate Ways, Rescue Luis. Welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil 4. Chapter 2 of Separate Ways is probably the lowest this mode ever goes. There is not too much interesting going on here. As you can see, we begin in Mendez's house. I don't know if we ever find out what Ada was reading at the beginning there. Hopefully it was particularly interesting. Instead of an insignia key, we get a delightful chicken egg. A merchant is waiting for us here. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a merchant or if it's the merchant. They're never really all that clear on that. Starting out here, we got some birds that we can pop for a few items, mostly pesetas, but as you can see, the one in the back drops some ammunition for us. If we check the well over here, I could probably climb down through here. But I have to take care of Mr. Cool first. Spoilers! We never get to climb down through there. Speaking of recycled content from, the main game, we can find a brass pocket watch right here. As far as recycled content goes, this is probably the most egregious that Separate Ways gets with it, and I'm not a big fan of this chapter for it, especially because this is actually one of the longer chapters in the Separate Ways campaign, so we are going to be doing a lot of the stuff that Leon did for quite a while, so strap in for that. Before we move on,
Welcome.
we have a few things that we need to sell to the merchant here. Did I remember to combine the treasure to get the fully upgraded mask? Yes, I did. So, we will just sell all this stuff. I'm in a hurry here. I don't want to spend any more time in this chapter than I have to. So, let's just quickly buy everything that we want. Obviously, we are going to be ignoring the overpriced mission map, and we are going to be buying a TMP. Unfortunately, we do not have the money for a rifle, but we're not going to get too many guaranteed pickups for it in this chapter, and the guns we currently have will be good enough. Obviously, we will in due time want to get the rifle. Another benefit of not picking the rifle is that it doesn't take up as much inventory space, the TMP, so we don't have to worry about running out of space to carry stuff. And we are going to be picking up quite a few items throughout this chapter. Heading through the house here. This is the first table I've seen that it's not covered in filth. Ada is very particular about her eating accommodations. Over here, we can just immediately find this guy and just completely waste him with repeated gunshots. It's still daylight in Separate Ways, so we don't have to worry about any parasites bursting forth. Breaking open this glass here, we actually get a better item for Ada, a hand grenade. If you remember, Leon got a incendiary grenade there. Speaking of better items, you can find a guaranteed gold chicken egg in the oven. How delightful. Now, we don't have to go into the bathroom, but if we do, just real quick, we'll find that once again it is occupied, and I think this lady was just wondering, how the heck am I supposed to use this thing? Regardless, we are just going to take her out with quick knife slashes. Man, like, it's just so funny, like, to see the giant, Bowie knife that Leon has, and then, Ada's got what, honestly, it looks like she's got, like, a steak knife. There's some kind of switchblade, I think, but, does not look as impressive as Leon's ordnance, I got to say. We are going to equip our shotgun here. I'm getting all my buttons mixed up because I've been playing, the NTSC-J version, Biohazard 4, with the same controller I'm using for the HD version. Obviously, I've got the control set up ever so slightly different between the two games. We're going to use the TMP here to take these guys out, and then we are just going to lay waste to Dr. Salvador here. All of the stagger coming out is just going to prevent him from ever getting close to us. Handled that much better with Ada here than I did with Leon. We'll keep our TMP loaded. We're going to be burning through a lot of ammo for this gun before the chapter is over. Speaking of ammo, better keep the shotgun loaded. We're going to have quite a few enemies encroaching on us as we make our way through this area. Again, it's pretty similar to what Leon did in his story mode. While we're waiting for that lady to close the distance, we may as well just take out this guy with the knife. There we go. Send this lady to the ground with the shotgun, and we can actually use this cabin as a little kill zone here. I'm going to be struggling throughout this chapter to come up with interesting things to say, because there's not going to exactly be a great variety here. Alright. Heard you coming, my friend. now that I don't know how many more guys are going to be following up with him, so I'm just going to take out his, I'm going to make sure that his lineage does not continue past him here. We'll put it like that. Get a red herb here. We're going to be finding a lot of red herbs in this chapter. It is weirdly generous with them, and I kind of dislike it, actually, because you get surprisingly few green herbs to actually make actual healing with. Very strange, very strange. Heading over here, another situation where we want to make effective use of our shotgun, so we will periodically just press forward to keep knocking these enemies down, hit that guy out of his throat. We are going to use the blacktail here to just quickly dispatch him. There we go. And you know what? Ditto for this guy. There we go. Just stun that lady, grab this ammo, go for the kick. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm having fun doing this, actually. You know, despite my griping, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Let me see here. We are going to go back to the TMP. We'll mostly be using it in this next area. We will find that all of the crates here have respawned, so this is your opportunity to grab everything that you might want to resupply. There are a few fixed pickups as well that we'll want to take. I'm actually going to immediately let the enemies know that I'm here, because if I let them just come at me while I'm trying to loot the houses, it's actually a very good chance that I'll end up taking hits that I don't need. I did practice this chapter beforehand. Ow, God! Speaking of people sneaking up from behind me, let's back up over here. We are definitely going to want to first off, use a chicken egg, just so I'm not moving slowly, and use our shotgun to get a little bit of crowd control going here. Now we can just mostly focus on our TMP in order to take these enemies down. There we go. Luckily, the TMP that Ada gets has an attack power of, or a fire power of 1, so its DPS is 10 per second. Pretty good, pretty good. Considerably better than the shotgun, actually. What's the firing speed on her shotgun again? Let me take a look at that. It's always a good idea to just examine your weapons and know the exact thing you're doing. Yeah, 1.53, so in the same amount of time, this does triple the damage that the shotgun does. Don't sleep on the TMP, especially in separate ways, where you just get a reasonably powerful one for free. Well, not for free, obviously you have to purchase it, but you don't have to do any particular effort to get it up to its maximum potential. Quite nice for Ada over Leon, actually. Let's make our way through over here. Hopefully we can find a green herb to make sure that we're good on healing items here. Ooh, hand grenade, even better. We're going to need quite a few grenades later, so any that I can get right now are much appreciated. I was actually doing Ada's mercenary missions last night, so I gotta remember we're using the standard layout for the village area. I believe if you forgot to pick up, or just failed to pick up the, hello, if you failed to pick up the elegant mask in the previous chapter, you might be able to pick it up here. Not too sure on that. Doesn't really matter, because you have a lot of time to burn in the village sequence for the first chapter, so it's you probably got ample time to just run and grab it while you're waiting for the chicken to drop the key for Ada. I don't get why that chicken had the key, but whatever, it worked for us, I suppose. I think I hear some guy stomping around upstairs, so definitely want to be mindful of him. Oh yeah, definitely. I hear you trawling around up there, my guy. Nice try! It actually bounced off the overhanging roof there. Nice. A brown chicken egg. Ada is big on chicken eggs. She's about that rocky nutrition, that rocky type nutrition. Before we drop down, if you'll remember, there is another crate to break over there. We are just real quickly not going to find a spinel here this time, but a pack of handgun ammo, which is much appreciated. We can quickly drop down here. Hello. Whoa, hey! A little too close for comfort there, my guy. Boundaries, boundaries. It's important to understand them. Get as Besetas, at least. I think that's due recompense for what he tried there. Oh, handsy, my guy. Don't appreciate it, don't appreciate it. Right. We will want to climb up the bell tower once more, because again, there's another item placed up top there. I hear somebody coming in close. Do I want to risk, let's let them just get over here. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful. It is actually just satisfying to spam the TMP. Like, again, I've seen, like, this is mostly in older guides for the game, like, a weird amount of vitriol for the TMP, like, oh, it's useless, it's unnecessary. Unnecessary, maybe, but certainly not useless, and definitely very fun if you have the ammo to burn for it. In the GameCube version, we aren't going to have too much ammo for it, because the item drop rates for it are a little screwed up, and once we reconvene with Leon, we are going to get a ton of weapons that are going to greatly de-incentivize the the game from dropping TMP ammo for us. As a matter of fact, we are actually going to have to do a bit of meticulous routing for the ammo in order to make sure we have everything we need for when I want to have it. Heading back into the farmstead over here, you'll be disappointed to find out that it's not completely recycled, because instead of a pearl pendant, we just get a dinky little spinel here. There is actually one unique thing for Ada here. We'll just take this guy out quickly so I don't have to worry about him hassling me while I am... Whoop. Speaking of guys hassling me, goodness gracious, what is with all these guys? Man, this is just a conga line. You guys that eager to die? I see that the parasite overwrites their better survival instinct, because they just walked into that repeatedly. Well, now that I don't really have to worry about those guys hassling me, why don't we check out the manure with Ada? This place smells awful. I can't wait to get out of here. Leon has his comments about the hygiene of this place, but Ada especially really seems to dislike just how dirty this whole place is. Incidentally, I don't really want to show it off just because it would ruin my finances. You know, perish the thought, my finances in Resident Evil 4. But if you drop the spinel and the brass pocket watch into the well, unlike Leon, who will just thrust his fist in there James Sunderland style, Ada will instead take cues from Heather Mason and just completely refuse to grab the items dropped in the drink. So yeah, not gonna have much luck actually selling those even for a pittance if you have Ada ruin their value. Righty. At the very least, we are doing quite well on TMP ammo here. Much appreciated, because like I said, TMP, very fun to use. Ah, even more game? Thank you so much, thank you so much. Just in love with this. Okay, yeah, we're almost done raiding this place. Again, I would like to get as much money as possible, as much ammo as possible. We will definitely want to have all the money we can to make sure we afford every weapon by the end of this mode. I'll just take this guy out from a distance. Not have to worry too much about him. 11 bullets, not bad. I probably could have taken him out with 10. Now, if you check out the gate over here, door won't open. Must be barred from the other side. I feel like Ada could pretty easily get over this with her hook shot, but whatever the reason, she does not feel like going that route, so whatever. That is your prerogative. We get a weird 50 pesetas there. That is actually a strangely common thing in separate ways, where you will just find fixed peseta drops that are ridiculously low. I don't know if you caught it when we were exploring Mendez's house, but when we opened up that little cabinet by the hand grenade that we got. Gold bangle here, very nice. Treasure we actually haven't seen in Leon's campaign yet. But yeah, when we got that fixed pesetas drop in Mendez's house, it was only 250. Not sure what they were really going for with that. It's kind of weird. So coming up here, we actually got something that's kind of devious. So let me see if I can find the exact positioning for it. Alright, so you see we've got the bridge right here. First off, let's just take these guys out so they aren't going to cause us problems. There we go. Now you gotta find a very particular spot to stand where you can, let me see here. This is always the most annoying thing about, separate ways, is finding out where the game wants you to stand to do this. Oh, goodness. Where do I stand, actually? Oh, yeah, nah, don't make me do this game. Am I really gonna have to cut to find out where I have to stand in order to do what I need to do here? Are you gonna make me go this route, game? Oh, no, thank you. Yes, if you stand right here, you can hookshot up to this bridge. An inaccessible area for Leon, but no problem for Ada here. Inside this barrel, you find the Bierstein. If you do not, well, I'll explain it later, but one thing to note is that if you buy the treasure map, it is actually ridiculously unhelpful for this item. The star will be placed in a spot that makes it look like it is on a completely different path, but no, it is on this bridge right here. This is so easy to miss. It is really obnoxious, and even more so for a reason, again, I'll get to in a little bit. But we've got the Bitterstein, which stands to reason that we can also find the cat's eyes to upgrade its value. After all, we found all the gems for the elegant mask before Leon even had a chance to, really. Especially chronologically, because we're still in the daytime. Buddy, do you want to throw a dynamite at me? You are too that's kind of embarrassing, actually. With all the bullets I could spam. I don't have a stock for this thing yet. I'll defend myself with that. We'll just let this one blow, and then go and take out the second one. Come on. Yeah, screw it. But my impatience is starting to take over here. You're like, forget it. Just kill him. That was a glorious explosion sound, though. Much appreciated. So if we check out the house here, you'll remember this is where Leon had his moment of incompetence against Mendez. The door's locked, and that man, presumably she's talking about Luis, she has no reason to suspect that Leon is here, is beyond there, and she would be correct in thinking that. Her intel is, first class, I gotta say, Ada. You are on top of things here. So it's not exactly obvious what you have to do here. Also, generous on the spinels. I do appreciate that game. Thank you so much. Make our way over to this house here. Want to be careful here, because we've got a couple guys that have dynamite. I think that guy just blew himself up. Yep. I love it when they are so willing to do that. Saves me a lot of trouble, a considerable amount. Anyways, to advance the game here, just walk up into this room.
Rapido! Maldita sea.
These cutscenes are so grainy, I feel like I'm watching them through, like, a mosquito net. Yeah, it's kind of funny, actually. Anyway, Leon is being carried off, ditto for Luis, so why don't we see if we can't catch up with them. The timeline is actually going to become a little funky going forward here, I gotta say. Regardless, heading back, we will find that the road back is not going to be so easily traveled. Let's make sure that our guns are loaded. Bit of a bad habit of mine to just leave my guns half loaded while I'm exploring. We'll use the blacktail for this, since we should be able to make effective use of it here. It's been a little bit since I've used my handgun ammo. The trip back will see us facing off against some enemies here. Got another dynamite guy. I'm going to just send that guy. Actually, you know what? Come on. There we go. Blow up, blow up, blow up. That wasn't as practical as I was hoping, but hey. Tried to turn that guy into a bomb. So what I was trying to mention before, or rather what I want to say for right now, is that if you have not jumped up to the, let me see. I keep getting my buttons mixed up. If you have not gone up to the bridge yet, at this point, after seeing that cutscene where Leon and Luis get carried out of the house, you will no longer be able to hookshot up to the bridge for whatever reason, and this is that was your only chance to get the Bierstein. If you failed to get it here, you will just be finding a bunch of cat's eyes with no Bierstein to put them in. And like I said, if you have the treasure map, it's very misleading about where the treasure is actually located, so you will not be getting an opportunity to get it again at the end of the chapter. Super obnoxious, not sure why they did that, but hey. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Okay. Luckily, I managed to back up quick enough there. Actually putting dynamite guys in relatively precarious spots for me. Or perhaps I'm just bad. Regardless, nice quick explosion there. I have a bad habit of holding the analog stick to the right and deselecting the ammo, which is why I so often have to reselect it again. So, one very weird thing here is that there are no new enemies in this area, but there are a bunch of supplies on the way back. I'm really not sure why this is the case, but hey, I'll take it. You know, free items. Items are items, and I will gladly take them. Just look at my inventory here. I don't have a hoarding problem. Yeah, I don't exactly care enough to make sure that Ada's inventory is meticulously organized, so we'll save that bit for the main playthrough. Perhaps some more handgun ammo over here. Heading into the town square here. Hey, wait a second. Hey! That jacket! That jackass ripped off Leon's jacket. Anyways, we are going to quickly throw a hand grenade here. Just take out a good chunk of those guys. Then we can use our TMP here to get these guys taken care of. Nice, wonderful. Glad we finally had an opportunity to use that. Surprised that guy had the health to actually survive the hand grenade. The enemies in separate ways do tend to be pretty resilient. Again, you can't select the difficulty here, but it is about halfway between, what is it, normal and professional. Anyways, let's, just get this guy taken out. Or, you know, drop him. Oh, hey, he's down. Let's see here. This looks like Leon's jacket. Is he wearing it? My thoughts exactly. And unfortunately, when Leon was walking back through here, this guy was not available to be looted, so just doubly losing out there. I'm sad. I wish we could get the jacket back. As I was saying, very big missed opportunity. Heading up to the house now, we would just immediately have another cutscene.
Hay un rumor que hay un extranjero entre nosotros.
Nuestro jefe se curará de la rata. Y si la plaga es mucho mejor que la nuestra.
Tienes razón, es un hombre.
You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless,
You're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
What? Same blood.
¡Ni un paso más! ¡Cógelo! ¡Aquí no vas a salir! ¡Te cogí! ¡Allí está! ¡Te cogí! ¡Allí!
For the record, I'm not going to bother to show off the failure for that QT. I do not care enough about separate ways to go through all that effort. Also, that was pretty unfortunate. Anyways, it's nighttime now. We've got parasites to deal with, so be prepared for that. Fortunately, we have pretty good ordnance on our side in separate ways, so I'm not overly threatened by these things. Gonna need an egg to soothe that wound, though. Goodness gracious. Get our first cat's eye here. Instead of a yellow one, Ada gets a green one from that chest. We seem to actually be out of TMP ammo. Unfortunate, unfortunate. But hey, it was a good run while it lasted. Let's see if we can't— Yes! Ah, beautiful. For the record, enemies can take fall damage and will be killed off if they are thrown down sufficient distances. It doesn't come up too often, but it is very fun when it does. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to immediately toke this so that we get a health upgrade. No sense in not doing that. Hey, some TMP ammo. We are back in business as far as that goes. Let's just send this guy to the ground and knife him to death. Master of knifing here. Never actually gotten to play Resident Evil 2. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, whoop. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's I don't usually get that heated in videos. I apologize. Gotta think of the children who shouldn't be watching this video. Regardless, I could have gone in through that door, but I feel like jumping over the window anyways. Just to show Ashley how it's done. You wouldn't know to come here to check this, but we need this iron key here. You'll notice that the lifts are not active at this moment in time. It's like the lift needs a key to activate it, and that iron key is not for the lift. Where could we find the lift key? Not in the possession of a member of Team Rocket, I'm afraid, so if you were thinking that, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Hey, another yellow herb. I'm gonna immediately combine that with our red herb here. Let me make sure that the TMP is fully loaded here. There we go. The merchant is not selling anything new, nor do we have anything particularly valuable to sell him, so I'm just going to leave him by his lonesome for right now. He's had a long day. So, to progress at this point, where we want to go is actually towards the barn. There's not going to be any Mendez ambush waiting for us, which is a good thing, because Ada's seems to have caught a little bit of Leon's cutscene incompetence there, so unfortunate situation for her. This is why I went into the lift room first. We needed the iron key. Good stuff, good stuff. Heading over this way, when we make our way to the barn, we're actually going to want to go around to the side before kicking in the door, because a easy-to-miss item over here. Find a red cat's eye. Additionally, we find another yellow herb immediately. We don't even have anything we could potentially combine it with. The herb placement in this level is so weird. They give you just... it's just strange. I'm not really sure what they were thinking. Also, we've got the other half of the Bella sisters that, she probably wants some revenge, which, you know what, I do feel like she's probably entitled to it, at least a little bit. Anyways, we are just going to do that to get her damaged. Send that guy, on flames. And I'm not actually going to leave the barn, I'm just going to deal with these guys as they come at me. There we go. Oh, that guy was actually alive still. I thought he was completely immolated. As soon as we leave the barn, reinforcements for the enemies will show up, so I just wanted to take care of these guys in the barn, because I knew they'd be far away enough that I wouldn't have to worry too much about them actually approaching us if I elected to fight here. There's nothing under the exploding barrel this time. I suppose you could use it to try and damage the Bella sister. Hey, you got another healing item here. You know what, I'm just going to, actually, no, I'll hold on to it. I'm remembering that we've got another red herb coming up soon, so I may as well keep it. Got some items to grab here, not as many as Leon might find, there we go. But enough to make a at least appreciable contribution to Ada's own war chest. Right. Looks like we got everything here. I will admit, once again, I'm dealing with some glare on my monitor here, so it's a little difficult for me to see everything, but I think we're good. I'm gonna use the shotgun coming up here. Heading back out this way. Heading up, back out this way. There we go! These guys are actually quite a ways away. I was expecting them to be a bit closer than this. Oh well. Works for me, I suppose. We'll go for some double slashes here. I actually did not want the back kick there, but whatever. That was unnecessary, but satisfying. Alright, we'll finish this lady off. I've had my fun, Ada's had her fun. We need to be a bit more practically minded here. Let's not get lost in the sauce of combat. Hello, my fellows. Let's see here. I'm just going to take this guy down. I was, like, ruminating my combat options, like, you know what? I'm also pretty rich in shotgun ammo at the moment, so I have no problem just spamming it, even if I'm doing so at a somewhat ineffective range. Again, it's all about the fun. You have to find your own ways to have fun with things. Ah! A little too slow on that one. That is A-okay, though. I do want to save my TMP ammo for the time being. Gonna give myself another health upgrade here, just because I can. We do have something coming up where I do want about 200 TMP bullets. Not necessarily, it's not specifically necessary to have that many, but it's just a comfortable amount. Will leave me with some after the battle as well to use at my discretion. There we go. Again, when dealing with the bursted out Plagas, you're usually relying on critical hits to finish them off rather than taking them out with raw damage. Granted, you can eventually, if you're unlucky enough, just defeat them with raw damage, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. That was a satisfying back kick, I gotta say, Ada. You know, I was so caught up in the combat, I didn't really point out that we got a lift key from the Bella sister, but as you'd imagine, we can use the lift key on the lift. Would have never guessed, but I suppose through process of elimination, eventually I'd get here. We've been seeing a lot of repeated assets here, and spoiler, we're going to be, repeated set pieces so far, and spoiler, we're going to be seeing a lot more before this mode is over, but they decide to cut out one bit of repetition here when we get on a lift, as soon as I grab this handgun ammo. Ada is just going to be gently whisked off to her destination. No need to shoot any guys who are on the opposite side, which... it's, you know, I mean, it's something Leon already did, but at the same time, you know, it's something to do. Granted, this is also a pretty long chapter, so maybe I should be thankful that we don't have that much to do. We are almost at the end, though, thankfully, so don't worry. We will be through this. We'll get through this together, you and I. I promise you, I promise you. We could examine the door to get a similar observation that Leon has, you know, just through the eyes of Ada Wong, but I'm not really that interested in being thorough with separate ways. Like I said, I'm not going to go back just to show you what the failure for that QTE is. Spoilers, the screen turns red and there's a scream. Anyway, just open this up real quick and grab some pesetas. Anything else in here? No. Actually, pretty disappointing. A rather understocked shack. You'll have one last opportunity to buy some items from the merchant here, if you are so inclined. I am not inclined. I'm actually rather disinclined. We're going to want to equip the TMP here. Make sure it's fully loaded as well. And we can hookshot over. You see, I was talking about the gate earlier. Ada totally could have done that. In fact, if we were able to do that, it would have saved us some problems, but whatever. We'll get to that when we get to that. I'll give you 3 guesses what kind of encounter we're going to have in this area. Now, one unique thing Ada can do here is she can use her hookshot to get onto these platforms posted over the shacks here. There's one specific platform that we want to get up to. Incidentally, you could see barrels on these platforms as Leon. To my knowledge, if you break them, there isn't actually any way to collect their contents. Again, this is so annoying to find the right spot for the hookshot. It's not that bad. I don't know why. I'm just in a complaining mood here. My kvetching game is on point. Anyways, yellow or a first aid spray and then a yellow cat's eye there. Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. We are rich. Get a spinel here. May as well preemptively combine the treasures here. Make sure I don't forget next time, or rather go to the merchant and realize, oh wait, I haven't combined them yet. Then have to spend more time going back into the menu to do so. We're actually quite well off in terms of cash so far. Feeling good about this, feeling good about this. Once again, we can raid these shacks here. Well, I mean, I suppose technically we're raiding them for the first time, or possibly the second time. Again, I'm not really sure how the timeline works out here. Like, Ada saw Leon getting whisked off to, you know, the Dynamite Valley, and then she just saw him right after in Mendez's house, so I don't really know what's going on here. I think we've stepped into some kind of time vortex. Best we don't think too hard about it. Anyway, surprise El Gigante. Well, maybe not so surprising, because we've already fought this guy here. Anyways, as per usual, the TMP is a wonderful way to deal with this guy. Actually, that was way faster than I was expecting. Oop. Once again, I just have to mentally try and figure what my buttons are here. We are going to now throw some grenades at him. Actually, I got a little unlucky here. I was doing a practice playthrough of this, and I actually had an excess of grenades here. Going to reload my TMP while the grenades just take him down. Alrighty. Hop on his back. And go for the cuts once again. This guy seems to have about as much health as he does when Leon fights him in his own story mode. So Ada's TMP, that's like twice as strong as the one Leon has access to, actually shreds this guy pretty badly. Let me see. Yeah, let's just use the flash grenade there. We should be able to finish this guy off with some TMP shots. I could have probably gone for some evasion there, but I thought it would just be fun to just completely lock this guy down. Man, get an 8-cut 3 times in a row. Man, my rhythm is so bad. I used to be really good at getting the fastest swings possible on that. Am I getting old? Am I washed? Leave your comments down below letting me know. Anyway, with that taken care of, we are through what is easily the most repetitive chapter in Separate Ways, and we're quite a bit richer for the endeavor, if nothing else. So, let's get on through here, and this is the devious part I was mentioning, where if you were reading your map with the treasure map, you see how the paths here overlap. This is the path going back to the shack where we saw Leon and Luis getting hauled off. You would see the star where these paths intersect, and it genuinely looks like the treasure is in this area. But it is not. It is not. Very frustrating.
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
Louis.
Hey, señorita. Got a light and some smokes to go with it to make my day?
Where's the sample?
Okay, we skipped the foreplay. As a matter of fact, I was just going to get it. Where's the love, baby?
Sounds like fun to me. Just hurry up.
Okay, lady. Where do you stand on all of this? Exactly what kind of group are you working for?
There are some things in the world better off not knowing. This is one of them.
Fine, I can take a hint. I don't care who you are, as long as you get rid of that old man and his religious friends.
Okay, so yeah, we were just like, what, a little bit before, Leon went through that path? Or maybe he didn't go through it at all. I'm not sure what the canon is here, actually. Regardless, that is the end of the chapter.
Among all the people involved in this, Luis Serra has the least entanglements. He works for no organization, preferring to move on his own. I'm the one who told the organization of his importance. I did it because I like him. His history betrays an enthusiasm I once shared. It was a stroke of luck that I happened to intercept his email for help. It seems he can't trust the police, so he sent the email to an old friend from college. He must have thought his friend was still alive. At any rate, that's how I managed to find him. Apparently, he's been conducting his own investigation of the cult while doing research on Las Plagas. A brilliant scientist. He's accumulated a pile of data and pieced it all together. Must be why Sadler hired him. Too bad Sarah's snooping has aroused his suspicion. When I told him who I was, he practically begged to be taken into custody. He needed protection. He said, I have no love for Las Plagas or this stupid cult. I want out. I just want peace and quiet again. I ordered him to bring me a Master Plaga specimen, a sample for evidence. Looks like he's one of the few people whom Sadler actually trusts. Tracking him down and getting my hands on the sample shouldn't be difficult. I doubt the cult will take kindly to his escape, though. I'll have to guide this along if I want it to go smoothly.
And a little bit more information on Luis there. Very interesting. Also like that they randomly included footage of him killing Leon in there. That is pretty amusing given the context. Regardless, the other thing I was going to point out is that it is very funny to me that there is quite a bit of heavy pixelization going on with Ada's, I guess, personal digital assistants there. Whatever she's using, but like, come on, you couldn't even just spring for a different border to play the videos in. You had to use a pre-rendered version of that as well. I'm nitpicking, but it's funny sometimes. You gotta find ways to spice it up when you are mostly just repeating yourself at this stage. And that is where we will call it for separate ways for now. Next time, I'll be uploading Ada's run of the Mercenaries, and then we will once again be with Leon, our boy, and we are going to have so much new weaponry to play around with. Get excited for that. As always, hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.